Welcome back to JB's Toy Trunk for another action figure review. This time it's going to be action figures review of our Star Wars, the Vintage Collection, Figrindan, and the Modal Nodes. Now, this pack was originally a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and I don't think it was Disney as well, but I know I got it from Hasbro Pulse, and just recently I saw it come up on Big Bad. So the exclusive part, I think, just, I guess, ended. Now, before they announced this 7-pack, I originally wanted to get one of each Figrindan and the Modal Nodes to get my band for my small cantina. When they had this out there, I only grabbed one. I already opened them up, so I'm actually going to have an extra band member in the group. Another reason why I got this is because these should come with the instruments, and that's why I'm actually doing the review on here, so you guys know if and what's inside the package. So let's go ahead and open up our Figrindan and the Modal Nodes and see what's inside. As soon as you guys open it up, you can see it is the standard plastic-free packaging. It's wrapped in its paper baggies there. So let's go ahead and pull each one out individually and see what's inside of them. So the first one is a band member. Imagine that. Now with these plastic-free baggies, I've actually thrown out an accessory by accident. I think it was a Build-A-Figure piece for the Khonshu wave. So coming out of the Red Skull bag. Hopefully we have nothing thrown out this time. So here you go. You got one Vintage Collection bandmate. Let's see if we can get him to stand. Now the articulation for the Vintage Collection, they're all pretty standard, so there shouldn't be too many differences and variances in there. So let's go ahead and so right off the bat you can kind of see that his right leg is kind of warped. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see if we could upper thigh cut and his boot swivel into position. There you go. I don't know, guys, is that me? Does he have like a drop down by accident? Looks like he's like bow leg, just one leg is bow legged. So that's not going to be good. So let's see if we could stand him up. His left leg it's like he's got a hip problem. And he's just born. I just opened him. Why does he have a hip problem? So we got one, probably won't stand. Pull out another one. And I won't pose that one the same way. Yep, there's his brother. You lay down next to your brother. Let's go to this side and see if it changed. Nope. Same one. And another brother. They're like sardines. Are these guys sardines? What's their actual rate? Like, you know, their species. Now, okay. So that one you can see he's got some crazy bow-legged stuff going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what else do we got in there? I think these should be the instruments. So let's carefully take our time with these. There you go. There's the one instrument that hangs over the neck, and it's like a supersized clarinet, a Jimmy Kimmel supersized clarinet. If you guys didn't know, Jimmy Kimmel plays the clarinet. There you go. Are these the bongos? The carburetor bongos? No, these are the carburetor bongos. There you go. The nice little drum kit right there. And anything else? We should have some drumsticks with it, because I do have the Black Series versions of these guys. And here you go. Instruments galore. You orchestra people, let me know, what is this? Is this the oboe? You got one crooked oboe. You can see it kind of crooked right there. You have another oboe. And then you have a bent flute, clarinet, a pipe. I don't know, what do you guys want to call that? And here you go. You got the recorder, like we used in elementary school. Let me know in the comments if you used the recorder before. And here you go, the drumsticks. So there are the drumsticks. Now, let me go back to some of these instruments, these accessories. They all have kind of a curve and a bend to it. Kind of disappointing. I don't know if you guys could see that in the camera. And this one, definitely you can see, unless you have a crooked eye like myself. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess we get heated up and try to straighten it out. But I'm going to leave it as is. I think it gives it some character, like these other characters in there. And you have the other instruments right here. I'd like to call it the percussion, you know, the percussion side of the band. And then, of course, the supersized deluxe clarinet, the Jimmy Kimmel clarinet. And that is it, other than the instructions for the box. Now, I am just going to pick one of the action figures as far as for the articulation. It's going to be, from what I can tell already, is going to be the standard Vintage Collection articulation in the arms and the legs. But outside of that, these legs look like they're bowed. This guy, if I'm not mistaken, looks like his leg is backwards. But, I mean, he's been doing some pretty good calf raises right there. Or his pants are just bunching up. Because it almost looks like, to me, you know, it wanted to go like that. But it's not the case. At least what I can tell. Because this boot does not swivel. Just at the foot. But let's go ahead and start with the head sculpt. You got some pretty good paint detail along his Mars Attacks forehead. And his eyes, his black, big, huge black eyes look really good in my opinion. And then he's got his little mouth right there ready to use the instrument. Now here's the thing is, for the guys out on percussion, I don't know if they should close the mouth, you know, show some teeth. I don't know. Good 360 on the neck, could go down and could pop off. So if you're looking and wondering what's inside of his head, there you go. It's looking for his head. And you can see that it's got a normal, looks like a dumbbell in there. Let's see if we get, yep. Good port in. So you got a up again with the neck. There you go. Now with the neck part's good. 360 around. Good articulation up and down, side to side. Little attitude when you're playing your instrument, your oboe, your space oboe. Over 90 degrees at the shoulders. It does pretty good side lateral raises. 360 on his arm. Single joint right here at the elbow. Goes all the way up so he can play his instrument. All the way back. Same thing on the left side. Good bend at the elbow. Swivel back and forth. 360 on the hands, and these have a type of vertical type of motion as far as to go up or down. Same thing here. No extra hand accessories with each figure, but these guys are meant to hold their instruments, so I can probably see that. Now with the Black Series, they did come with extra hands. Going to the torso, you can do his hula hoop right here at the upper torso area. No waist swivel at all, so it's all right here in the middle. Plain black detail and paint on his jacket or his coat, and plain gray pants right here at the bottom. Boots are a type of brown, like a leather brown leather. Looks pretty good. Peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Point down, point up. Again, no swivel at the boot. Single joint right there at the knees. Let's see, he can go back above 90 for both sides. Upper thigh cut way up at the hip area, like most TVC, right in there. And then of course he's got his hips that can pivot out, and if you want him to kick up, you have to kind of turn that leg up that way. So for those of you guys that collect TVC and actually take them out of the card, you guys know what I'm talking about as far as working that hip joint to be able to kick the leg forward or back. You have to kind of turn it and then swivel it at the top part of the thigh to get that type of articulation and motion, whether you're doing photography or posing. It's unique and it's different, but this one actually moves a lot better than most of my vintage collection figures, as far as a lot of them do get stuck, so this is moving pretty well without being too loose. Most of my figures have a bow leg. Well, this guy looks pretty straight. This guy's bow-legged, straight. This guy's got a left knee issue. Need to go to the doctor for that. And this is our first guy with a hip issue. These guys need to all go to orthopedics. He's got some knee issues. And this guy is all out of whack. There it is, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 7 of the Figrindan and the Modal nodes, all in one shot. Vintage collection, so it's 3 3/4. I was able to talk to Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem to borrow their microphone. I know you don't really see them, singing, because I'm pretty sure they're all instrumental. But he had to go ahead and explain, how good he is on the jazz flute and how good his band really is. So getting the crowd hype for the next performance at Bad Gangsters, my cantina here in JB's Toy Trunk. Let me know. Are you guys completely skipping this? I thought it was worth it because of the display that I have here in my room, what I wanted to do. I needed a Star Wars band, and in one shot, I was able to pick up a plastic-free box, which I do have issues with because some of the figures had you know, and the instruments had some bend to it. But I mean, as you can see here with the long clarinet here, or whatever you guys want to call it, it has a bend, so it actually helps aid in putting the figure and instrument in their hand. So we got the percussion in the back, you got flanked over there with the space oboes, and then of course jazz flute up front with the mic. Let me know in the comments, guys, do you know the actual names for these instruments? I'm not going to go that far and look them up. I should, but I won't. I'm just kind of lazy like that. But figrindan and the modal nodes, definitely something, a deep cut when it comes to Star Wars characters, but definitely something for background in any display, in my opinion, that you need to have, especially if it's going to be the cantina scenes. So you see them in Star Wars, you see them in Andor, and then of course we see it in Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, things like that. So you always need a space band. What do you guys think? Thanks, guys, for hanging out with this action figures review. If you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see what else we could do in JB's Toy Trunk. But more importantly, leave those comments in there. I want to get this crosstalk going with this set in particular. Not too many people are picking up this set. I want to know why or why not, or are you going to be picking it up? Are you just waiting for it to go on a deeper clearance or a deeper sale? So let me know. Always enjoy the ride, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.